I'm supposed to earn a living from original thought and question power structures of every sort. I claim to be a lefty, or at least vaguely pink, but in truth I've tranquilized myself with centrist groupthink. Be sceptical and questioning, I tell my students loud, while of the fact I've never been I'm oddly proud. I cite radical scholars, but can't escape the fact I'm a chicken shit conformist liberal technocratic twat. I'll wear a rainbow lanyard for the LGBTs and spout banalities about diversity, but that's all just careerist masturbation, for I don't care about our uni's links to corporations, racist ones, imperialist ones, sexist ones they say, and investments from despots who oppress the gays. But to get yourself some juicy great research grants, you've got to suck up to all those murderous can't you see that propositions need no evidence? That the best form of offence is sitting on the fence? I promise you there's nothing at all defective about strongly feeling Keir Starmer is effective. I'll babble my bromides about austerity. But when it comes to striking, I'll plead poverty. I can't miss an instalment of exorbitant school fees by wasting time on a picket line in -5 degrees. And anyway, politics only happens in Whitehall, where geniuses rule. Remember Ed Balls? But if loony lefties stand around chanting, I'll gladly reap the benefits of their collective bargain, 'cause it's so much easier to retweet James O'Brien and blame the Palestinians for Palestinians dying, and roll your eyes at poor people who don't understand the niceties of the Brexit backstop plan. I'll change my Facebook picture to the flag of Ukraine, 'cause unlike Iraq and Yemen, there's someone else to blame. I've got a love emoji for the refugees, but not the ones who got that way from our brutality. 2 hours later, I've changed my pic to the stars, belonging to the EU. Hurrah, 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 'cause apart from drowning migrants and looting the global south, Brussels is perfect. I heard it from Blair's mouth. Oh, I claim to treat all sources critically, but the BBC and Guardian I trust completely. That's tantamount to drilling a hole in my bonce and filling it with bullshit right up to the top. Oh, I hate fake news, disinformation. All of it comes from non-Western nations. Russia and China must be blamed for everything. Brexit, Trump, UKIP, especially Corbyn. He was a commie who hated all the Jews. I heard it on Andrew Marr, so it must be true. He lied about the Tories' plan for NHS beating. That's accurate, 'cause it came from Wes Streeting. I wear a badge that says I hate racists, but I also hate Iran, North Korea, such places. That's justified because we're nicer than them. We'd never lock our enemies up in some nasty pen. Never mind, Mr. Assange, that story's stale. And forget 2 million blacks in American jails. Let's only fret about those Igor lives and not about our slaughters since 1585. See, I've always had a rather fuzzy moral perspective. Even though you needn't be a genius detective, to know Blair killing 1 million overseas is hardly better than Tory deaths from COVID-19. I'll name-check Saeed, Spivak and Gilroy, while I write about as well as Robert Kilroy. Luckily, that's no barrier to promotion and that when you're a chicken shit conformist liberal technocratic twat. 'Cause I'd rather veg out over Pole Toynbee and let John Friedland give me a lobotomy. The Guardian turned right when my students were tots. Now it's Jones, Malik, Chakraborty, that's your fucking lot. I'll piously prattle about democracy, but it's undermined by my hypocrisy. See, I'm all for voting parliamentary, but totally opposed to it inside HE. I marched against Thatcher in the 80s, but now I use her language in all my spreadsheets. Everything's a business case, a strategic conversation. When we sack a whole department, it's called rationalisation. 'Cause it's just easier to quote tweet J.K. Rowling than devise original transphobic growling. I think I'm being edgy, but I'm far from that. I'm a chicken shit conformist liberal technocratic twat. While I claim to be a rationalist, I'm immune to proof. And can't get my head around this simple truth. Online I rant and rave about Tory capers, though between my views and theirs it's just a Rizzler paper.